I would like to share the story of one of my patients who, he was kind of a rolling stone. He at first lived with a friend and then decided he wanted to live in a motel. And one night after a bad storm, I went to a gas station and found him sleeping in his car. He was not really too interested in, finding, getting nursing home placement or anything like that. I worked with the social worker and, the chaplain, the support services, everybody to try and work with him, but it became apparent that that was his lifestyle. He was more comfortable kind of out on the street. So he eventually, he followed me to another nearby motel where he was, safe, but then he chose to leave there and he went to a truck stop. He was living in his car at a truck stop, and which was out of our service area, but he ended up, I tracked him down in the hospital in the intensive care unit. And I went to his bedside. He had family, but the family lived out of town. And he looked at me and he said, "Becky, I think this is it." And I said, "You know what? I'm sorry to say, I think you're right." And he looked at me and he said, "You know what? You guys didn't judge me. You didn't judge the way I live. You let me live my life the way I wanted to live my life." And I was the last person he knew that he saw before he died. As a hospice nurse, it reminded me of the importance of allowing people to be your guide on their journey. That it's their journey, not yours. And it reminded me not to put the way I would live onto somebody else. And it also reminded me that people die the way they lived, and he was somebody who was never comfortable settling down, and he didn't want to go through the dying process settled down. I think that's one of the things that Unity does really well, is to honor other people's choices. One of our team members talks often about the ethical idea of the dignity of risk, of allowing people to make their own educated decisions, however potentially negative the outcome may be.